All right, proofs involving congruent triangles with parallel or perpendicular segments. All right. Here we go. This one has parallel lines. So this one is tricky because in the given, there's not a single congruent thing at all. So you're going to have to write out 3 different congruencies. And you're going to have to figure them all out. So we got this. We can do this. So looking at this one, right off the bat, we've got a couple things we know we can do. We've got our vertical angles. So we're going to mark those in. Woohoo! Got that. And then our first one says C is the midpoint of EB. So if C is the midpoint of segment EB, we're going to look at segment EB. There it is. And if C is the midpoint, that means it's right in the middle. That means this is equal. EC is going to be equal to CB because C is right in the middle. All right, so we got some good stuff going there. That helps us a lot. Now, the next thing it tells us, DE is parallel, segment DE is parallel to segment AB. So let's go mark that. Parallel, parallel. Now, parallel always gives us angles, angle relationships. That's what you need to keep in mind, always, okay? Remember, parallel lines cut by a transversal means we've got alternate interiors, we've got alternate exteriors, we've got corresponding possible. So let's look for those. So let's head on over here. Got parallel lines cut by a transversal, and the only angles on that transversal, you need to actually literally try and imagine that this line disappears. Look at that, gone from your view. The only angle left to look at is like this one right here. That's a really big pen lead. Let me make a smaller one here. This angle here and this angle here. And what kind of angles are those? What kind of angle pair? Well, those are alternate interior angles, and alternate interiors are always congruent. So woohoo, we found some congruent angles. So we're going to go ahead and mark them. Let's see, find my purple one. This one's congruent. We'll mark them with 2 to this one by alternate interiors. Okay? In fact, the rule or the reason would be if lines are parallel, then alternate interiors are congruent. Remember, hasn't been that long ago. Okay? And actually, I could go one step further to tell you that since these are parallel, this is another transversal. So these, oh, that's a highlighter, whoops. These guys are going to be alternate interiors as well. But we don't need any more angles. We're actually good to go. So we're going to stop right when we're ahead. So if we look at this, we have, grab a different one. We've got angle here, got an angle here, we've got a side. So we actually have angle, angle, side congruence. So we've got our plan now, angle, angle, side congruence with segments that are congruent by midpoint, some alternate interior angles, and some vertical angles. So let's go over here and get that put in. So send to proof. And vertical angles for the easy, let's see, ACB, congruent to angle DCE by vertical. Nope, that was not a vertical. There we go. Validate. Next are 2 segments that are congruent because of midpoint. BC, congruent to CE. And this one, we need to use the same word. If it's midpoint, it's because we defined midpoint. Definition of midpoint. Okay. And last, we're using those parallel lines. So let's do angle of BAC, congruent to angle CDE. And we're going down to those ifs because parallel lines, if lines parallel, then alternate interiors. Validate. Now we've got our 3, and we decided that was an angle side. There you go. And notice I'm making my plan first. Make your plan first. Don't hunt and peck. Don't be trying all the reasons. Make your plan first. Draw it out.